Hey, you want to watch me put a guitar together? Of course you do! It's your favorite thing to do, is to watch me put a guitar together. And apparently the brands like that too. All Parts hit me up. This is an All Parts sponsored video, by the way, because they've got a bridge they want to show off. They have a brand new BadAss Telecaster bridge, the T1, their first new BadAss bridge in, I think they said like 30 years. Or something like that. And so they hit me up asking if I could build a guitar around it. I was like, yeah, sure. What do you have in mind? And they're like, don't worry about it. We already have everything in mind. We have everything picked out for this project. And I like that. I was like, yeah, that sounds like fun. Surprise me. I have a general idea of what I'm about to get into, but I don't know everything. It's exciting. It's fun. I can't wait. So let's start cracking things open and checking out what they sent. We'll start with the little box first. What do we have in here? My goodness, what is this? Oh, the Pickguard. Oh, there's a hint. An anodized black Jazzmaster Telecaster Pickguard. All right, that is classy. Oh, interesting. It's in black. They sent a black bridge to go with the black pickguard. This thing is gonna look dark. So this is it. This is the BadAss T1 Telecaster bridge. I'll get into all the nitty-gritty details when I get this cracked open. We're going black. We've got a black neck plate, black strap locks. They've got all the parts. That's why they're called All Parts. We've got black neck plate screws, black string trees, a white box. We've got a white box here. Oh, no way. Oh, look at this. A black control plate with a metallic red kill switch, one volume knob, and a 3-way switch. They know what I like. They know I don't use a tone control. No, thank you. Got a ton of stickers here. Steve likes to grab stickers for use in sending to Patreons and stuff like that. So I'll give him a big stack of these. Look at this. It's got like this purple and pink, like animal swirly print sticker here. That's fun. That's my style. A black output jack. Black Jazzmaster pickup screws. Oh, we are doing the whole thing, aren't we? We've got black nuts for the pots. Don't we already... What do we even need these for? They're just driving it home that they've got black hardware over there. All right. Black locking vintage style tuners. What? Oh, that's fun. Of course, there's more screws. Oh, look at this. Are those single coil screws? I think those are single coil screws. And we've got black pickguard screws. Is there going to be any part of this guitar that isn't black? What is going on here? It is going to disappear into the darkness of space. I'm assuming these are the pickups. Are they going to be black? Ah, we've got... What? A Telecaster neck pickup? Where is that going? I'm wondering if they sent the wrong pickup. Yeah, because there is the neck Jazzmaster pickup with a black cover. Because, of course, is that neck pickup supposed to go in the bridge? There might have been a mistake here. I might need to write them to get the bridge pickup shipped. I think they might have sent the wrong pickup. Okay, let's get all this stuff off to the side. Should just put it back in the box, honestly. Email sent. We'll get down to the bottom of this mystery eventually. Let's crack open the big box now. See what guitar we're going to throw all this black stuff onto. they sent it in a fancy gator case. All right, here we go. Of course. It is a black sparkle Squier offset Telecaster situation. So this thing is gonna be all the way dark and doomy and gloomy with black hardware, black screws, black pickups, black pickguard, and then a maple neck with a rosewood fingerboard. And well, I don't know, is Squier, is it rosewood or is it Palfaro or something? I don't know. But look at those big block inlays. This thing is gonna be a doom machine. This is gonna be ridiculous. It's even gonna have black tuners on it here eventually. Man, I am gonna be busy swapping everything out on this guy. Jeez. All right, let's get set up and start moving parts around. Now, before I put this thing down on the table and start unscrewing every single screw and then replacing every single screw and every other part with black hardware, there's something I've got to tell you, something important, something, you know, a little bit upsetting. At the end of this video, I won't be keeping this guitar. I can't keep it because I'm giving it away to you. Not everyone else, just you, one person. I'm giving it away to just you, the one person that's gonna win it. You know how things work on this channel. There will be a link down in the description and pinned to the top comment in the comment section. You click the link and now you're jumping hoops, baby. It's Hoop Jumpers Club. You wanna enter to win, that is how you do it. And then a winner will be picked a week after this is published, and then Steve will ship you the guitar. That's how we're gonna do the whole dang thing. The next thing is, are you excited about that? You wanna win this guitar? You haven't even seen it finished yet. Look how excited you are. Okay, so the next thing is I wanna show off this bridge, the T.O.A.N. BadAss T1 replacement bridge for Telecaster. I've been staring at pictures of this for like a month now, waiting to film this video. And there's a lot of cool little details, especially if you are into or curious about high mass bridges. There we go, get some good focus on it. So the whole concept here is that this is a big old fat, heavy chunk of metal. It's some sort of special zinc alloy, just like the other BadAss bridges are made out of. It's got high mass saddles, it's got a high mass butt end here. It comes with shims, no screws on these saddles. The concept behind the shims is that the shims give you full contact in between the saddles and the bridge plate, meaning that there's no empty space. There's no tiny little needle-sized screws separating your string from this high mass bridge, getting in the way, separating your saddles from the ultimate sustain and resonance that you've been looking for with a high mass bridge. There's gonna be people in the comment section that are gonna fight about all this stuff. They're gonna be like, that doesn't matter. The wood is what matters. No, the paint is what matters. Well, talking to All Parts, it sounds like they've spent the time and energy to do all sorts of experiments and tests and studies in a professional recording studio to measure the difference between this bridge and other bridges on the same guitars. They're gonna have their own videos that you should go check out. I'll have a link down to their YouTube stuff down below if you wanna go check that out. They did tests, they did measurements. They found sustained differences. They found resonant differences in between this bridge and other bridges. If you're curious about all that, you should head over to All Parts YouTube videos or wherever they're hosting them. They might have them hosted directly onto their site or whatever, to check out what they found, to see how they studied this, what results they came to. So another thing that I want to point out, a very clever little thing, the string holes in the back of the bridge are squares so that the ball end of your string fits in there snugly and perfectly, and you're not losing any sustain or resonance to a bad connection from the ball end on your string to the bridge. That's how closely they're paying attention to the details on this. It's just, It's just such a clever thing. Fight it out in the comment section if you think that makes a difference at all, but I'm excited to see what the ball ends look like when they are sitting inside of these perfectly shaped little square holes. They really went above and beyond, like really considering all the little details with this. So I'm excited to check it out. I've never messed around with high mass stuff before. I'm interested to see what it feels like. And now we finally get to start unscrewing things. Just now I'm realizing I'm gonna have a box full of leftover Squire parts here. Maybe there should be a second place prize for the giveaway for a bunch of Squire parts. Should I do that? I'm probably gonna do that. Let's give away a bunch of Squire parts as part of the giveaway. Let's get this snipped free. Oh, what's going on here? Are these push pulls? Oh my gosh, they are. What's going on here? Is that a stock Squire thing for this guitar? What is going on? Is that like an out of phase and a series parallel situation? I can't think of what else it would be. Huh. All right. I don't think that's a stacked humbucker or anything like that. Wild. Okay, someone's gonna win a Telecaster control plate with push-pull pots worked into it. Huh. I haven't seen this treatment before from Squire or Fender, where you've got a barcode that is laminated underneath a clear coat, underneath a pickup here. It's an interesting way of doing things. Are they doing that on everything these days, or just Squires? Oh yeah. And another one on the back of the neck, in case the two get separated, and it's underneath the clear coat. To keep anyone from messing with it, I suppose. You'd have to sand this completely down to the wood to get rid of that. Now the part that I super duper hate. Pulling off the tuners. I just hate these tiny little screws. I've had a lot of bad experiences trying to get new screws to fit and having to drill things out and stuff like that. It's probably gonna be fine, but this is the part that's never fun for me. The stock screws are coming out easy, which I appreciate. Sometimes these little screws just do not want to budge. Someone at the factory just and cranked them all the way down, and they're, you know, sometimes these cheap metal screws that just flake and turn to putty as you try to undo them. There we go. There's all the parts. The runner-up is gonna win some random Squire parts. That's fun, right? Or is it insulting? I think it's fun. Who doesn't want to have a bunch of cool random parts around? I've got so many random parts around and I love it. All right, let's start pulling stuff out. We've got a black pickguard. Got our pickups here. Razor pickups, cut through the mix. RZR 10101 full moon neck pickup for Jazzmaster, aged white. Tuners, strap buttons, neck plate, single coil screws, Jazzmaster screws. Oh, I didn't take off the string tree yet. String tree, neck plate screws. Oh, maybe these are meant to go with the tuners. We got some washers here, or nuts, they're nuts. We've got a control plate, jack plate, and pickguard screws. And of course, the BadAss bridge, the star of the show. There we go. Looks like a Jazzmaster pickup. Got cloth wire. Made in Japan. So Jazzmaster pickups are neat because they screw directly into the body. They're not actually attached to the pickguard at all. That means I can install it right now. I guess I might as well put the pickguard on just to make sure everything is spaced correctly. This thing's gonna look so serious. It's gonna be very, very slick. Maybe I should sign it while I'm here. Just so if anyone's curious in the distant future where this guitar came from, they can see on the back that it says Ryan was here. And what's the date today? 7/8/25. I almost forgot I need to put the foam in. That's important. Jazzmaster pickups, instead of using springs, they sit on a piece of foam like that. Let's right my wrong and get that string tree replaced. No one wants to see an ugly chrome string tree on a dark, doomy Squire Jazz Telemaster. True Lock guitar tuning machines from T.O.A.N. I'm gonna have to pull these little chromy guys out here too. And they pop right out. That's always nice. Except for that one. Or that one. This last one is giving me trouble. Of course, it's the B string. It's always the B string, isn't it? Aha! I got it! Hopefully, I won't be doing any drilling to get these screws in here. Hopefully, they just go right in easy peasy, right? If I get these in the right order. The high and low E's have a little wing on the ends there. You can't just put them anywhere you want. I say as I'm realizing this in real time. I have to be really motivated to change tuners on a guitar. It's not my favorite thing to do. All right, first screw went in pretty easy. I'm feeling okay about this now. I've just had so many nightmare situations in years and decades past trying to screw in these tiny little screws and they just don't fit. And then I'm having to open up holes and I open them up too much. But these seem to be a one-to-one replacement. Well, I gotta backtrack. These tuners are staggered. These two need to be down here. Classic. Way to go, Ryan. The difference is so subtle when you're just looking at them. It's understandable that I would miss that, right? If I drop one of these, I'm never finding it in the carpet. It's over. Is that how it's supposed to look? With these lower down here? Or did I mess it up? Were these supposed to be lower? Scream at me in the comment section. Whoever is going to win this thing is going to have to fix it if I did it wrong. I should probably look it up before I put strings on it. I will, don't worry. Oh, the string tree. The most important part. There's 2 in a pack, but I only need 1, so I'll put the extra one in the parts giveaway box, bag, whatever I ship it in. That's right, you could win 1 extra string tree. Whew, there we go. This part of the guitar is finished. Time to move on to the body, right? Let's get that neck on there. All parts black neck screws and the black neck plate here. So I'm running into a little bit of an issue here with this black anodized pickguard. It's just wrapping in a little bit too tight right there. And I don't know if you can see that, but I am not able to get the neck pushed all the way into the pocket. So I'm gonna have to pull off the pickguard and take this over to the workbench and do some filing of that point right there. Let me get a photo of that so you can see what I'm talking about in case the overhead can't catch it. It's just sticking out just enough to keep it from sliding in. So gotta unscrew the pickguard and try again, right? Or maybe if I just unscrew the pickguard and install the neck first, then the pickguard could get pulled in a little bit by the screws and just sit where it wants to sit. Okay, fingers crossed, wish me luck. Oh no. Yeah, I've got to take that point out a little bit. That's the thing that it's hung up on. Thankfully, aluminum is soft stuff. I was filing it over on my workbench with this little tiny file that I have here, and it was opening up just fine. And it looks like it's going to work now. Pickguards are such a gamble. Everyone is a little bit different in some direction that you might not have been able to anticipate. It's nice to have a couple tools around for making modifications to them. I think it needs a tiny little bit more. Just a hair. We're almost there. It's getting real close. It is snug, that is for sure, but it is in there. We are good. Rather have everything be a little snug than have it be loose and flappy, right? I still don't know why they sent these. I've got a lot of them though, that's for sure. What should I do next? The control plate? I mean, I'm gonna have to open it up to do all the wiring. Guess we could do the strap buttons. And then I'll do the output jack. I'm gonna have to pull out the soldering iron here pretty quick. So since you kind of have to commit these strap locks to a strap, they clip on in a really aggressive, permanent sort of way. I've decided to commit them to a very dark, fuzzy strap that I have around, and this will be included in the giveaway. I will include this with the guitar. I figured this would be appropriate considering this is going to be a dark, doomy, likely very fuzzy guitar at the end of this. So it fits, right? It matches the aesthetic, the appeal, the theme of the guitar. Just another thing that I'm throwing into the mix here. And with that, I think it's soldering iron time. Now, full transparency on this control plate here. All parts put this together custom for this situation, and they did a fit check to make sure it fit on this guitar, and they found out that the stock Squier control plate is a different dimension than a standard Fender Telecaster control plate. So they did dowel and drill out the holes a little bit to make this fit. Do I want to do it like that, or do I want to do it like that? I think I want it like that. I think I want that kill switch right there. That is an attractive kill switch, by the way. I like that a lot. And this feels a little bit ergonomic right there behind the bridge with that angle on it. I guess it would be fine there as well, but I'm much more likely to have fun with that kill switch if it's right there. So let's do that. They got a little ahead of themselves and they soldered in the output jack when I need to snip that off to install it. Let's get the jack plate on there first. Oh. That's what that bag of nuts was for, is to replace this single nut. Okay. If you're going all black, you're going all black. And I'll just desolder them instead of snipping them. Take a photo real quick, just in case I'm stupid and I forget what was where. It happens more often than not, so might as well do it, right? So a little trick to pull this through, I've wrapped the wires with gaff tape and connected them to the original ground wire, and hopefully I can pull the wires through that hole. Otherwise, I'm going to have to desolder the jack itself and wire it from the other direction. Which will be sad because Allparts did such a clean job with their heat shrink on this jack. Aha! Got it! Gaff tape for the win. Live and die by that stuff. I did all that, and I'm gonna need to expand the wires to do what I want to do. To have it right there. No biggie, but things always seem to go this way, right? There's always little unexpected things you need to do to get any parts guitar to work. Like I had to file out the pickguard a little bit to make it fit. The output is jacked. Now I got to figure out the pickup situation, even though I'm missing one of the pickups. So I want that to be the neck, which is the Jazzmaster pickup, obviously. Okay. So that right there is the hot connection for the neck pickup. Okay. Neck pickup is wired in. I'm really just waiting for this bridge pickup now to find out what's going on with it. So let's check the email and see if they got back to me. Oh, great. Yeah, they're overnighting me the pickup so I can finish this up tomorrow morning. The pickup's going to be easy. I'm going to have to intonate and set up this bridge. Like, it's a really cool concept having this high mass situation where you're using shims that fit in there perfectly and give you the exact height that you need. But I'm gonna have to slide little shims in to get the action that I want. Unless I just luck out and it's perfect out of the gate. It could be. Who knows, right? I'll cross my fingers. But yeah, wiring up that pickup is gonna be the easiest part of tackling this tomorrow. So anyways, I'm not going to cut it into multiple videos. This is going to be one big video. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back tomorrow to finish this up. New day, new shirt, new pickup, right? Huge thanks to Allparts for getting this in the mail. Lickety split so I could finish this thing. Oh man, there's extras in here. What's going on? Here's the pickup. We've got a shirt and another shirt to make up for the situation, I suppose. Thank you, Allparts. So hopefully this is going to be what I need. It looks like it is. There we go, a Telecaster bridge pickup. Now I can solder this together and then put the bridge on there and then dial in the intonation and the action and all of that, and then finally play the darn thing and then give it away. That's the order of priorities here right now. By the way, I think I'll throw that neck pickup into the giveaway box for that runner-up. So they're getting a bunch of Squier parts and a nice Razor Telecaster neck pickup. There's going to be people who unironically want the parts box. They're going to be bummed if they win the full guitar. They're like, I wanted those parts. That's probably not true. Everyone wants the guitar, right? Which also like came with a hardshell case. So you're going to get a hardshell case if you win this thing. This is a fun giveaway. I like this. So here we go. Another made in Japan Razor pickup. It's got that classy black like twine wrap around it. I always like to see that on a Telecaster pickup. I think it's fun. I've got the black all-part screws here, so I'll use those. I think I'm going to use the little rubber spacers that came with the pickups instead of using the springs that came with the screws. I was just sitting here wondering why Leo Fender designed Telecaster pickups to use 3 screws. And then I realized, Ryan, you idiot! There's not space on the sides of a Telecaster bridge for like Strat style screws where they would be on the sides. There's just not room over here. That's why there's 3. It never occurred to me until just now. This is the only way to mount a single coil into a bridge plate this wide and have it be stable. You couldn't do 2 that way. It would be all floppy. So you need the 3 to hold it in flat. How come I never thought about that before? I don't know if you can see, but this bridge uses oval-shaped mounting screw holes just in case you're trying to mount into a guitar that has uncommon screw spacing. It means that those screws can kind of land anywhere in that spot, and you're not going to have to re-drill and dowel and all that nonsense. There we go. We've got a bridge. Now I just have to solder in that pickup and the ground, and then I can start stringing it up. Exciting stuff. I was wrong. These are the last 2 screws. I know it's not strung up yet, but look at that. Oh, that's sexy. It's got a bit of like a Darth Vader thing going on with all that black and just a little bit of metallic red right there. It's sinister. Oh, that is the most evil looking offset Telecaster I think I've ever seen. Jeez, okay, we gotta get strings on this thing. I'm gonna clean up my mess and then start working on that. You might have noticed that I don't have a lot of black guitars around. And part of that is because I'm a colorful person. I like colorful things. The other part is, oh my gosh, when you're trying to film guitars, black guitars show every single fingerprint underneath these studio spaceship lights. Oh man, it is hard to stay on top of all the little fingerprints and all the little smudges that you get on a dark guitar. But man, they look classy. That is for sure. So now we've got to pick the string gauge. We want this thing to doom, right? That's what we're going for here. I don't know what type of strings doomers typically use. I've got a set of 10.5 to 50s here, and I've got a set of 9 to 42s. I'm going towards the heavier set. I think if we're gonna like down tune this or something, we want the heavier strings, right? So I'm gonna do that. I've only got 1 string in, and I don't even have it connected to the tuner yet, and I just gotta stop and say, I love these little square holes. That's too cool. It just, the ball end fits in there perfectly. That should be the new standard. This is my doom stick. That's not true. That's not even close to correct. All right, let's do it again, this time with truth. This is your doom stick. There we go. That's it right there. That is the truth. It's not mine. I made it for you, the winner, and boy, are you lucky. Oh my gosh, look at this thing. Just beautiful, absolutely stunning, handsome, beautiful, classy, sinister, and evil. This might be the evilest looking Squire to ever be constructed. Could be wrong. There could be a more evil Squire out there. Let me know about your evil Squire down in the comment section. But man, it's pretty evil, right? This is a pretty evil Squire. So anyways, let's talk about what happened since I last left you. New day, new shirt, and I'm ready to wrap up the video. It's the third shirt of the video. That's how you know it's a good one, right? So anyways, when I last left you, I was loading strings onto this guitar, and then I decided, you know what? I don't need to document every moment of the process of me getting to know this guitar. I'm gonna turn off the cameras. I'm gonna spend some leisurely time setting it up, getting it dialed in just how I like. And I'm glad that I did, because this thing is fun now. I could have left it how it was and the action would have been a little bit too high and the intonation was a little bit out. I addressed those issues and I just spent time getting to know it. And I like it. This is a fun guitar. Someone is legitimately very lucky to win this thing. So anyways, let's talk about adjusting the bridge. I'm gonna tell you right now, it ain't easy. The intonation was easy. That part was easy. Most of the saddles were like spot on. I didn't tweak them at all. I pulled it back just a couple turns to put it into intonation, easy peasy. The difficult part was adjusting the action, because this isn't your standard Telecaster bridge. It doesn't have screws on the saddle, intentionally, because they are trying to maximize the contact in between the saddle and the bridge. They don't want any empty space floating around in there with little screws for your tone to leak through. No, thank you. You want full tone, you want full sustain, then you want full contact, right? At least that is the concept of a high mass bridge. So the shims are a necessary evil in this situation, but man, they are not easy. It took me a good half an hour to figure out what I was doing and get the shims that I wanted in there. It came with stacked shims on every string, and I ended up pulling out half the shims on the lower strings, on the E, the A, the D, and the G. I left the B and the E alone. I think they're fine. But it took some frustrating messing around. I'll say it was worth it. If you're chasing a high mass thing, it's definitely worth the extra effort, but it's not easy. Like turning a couple screws, it's just a lot of frustrating little moments where you're fishing something out with something pointy. I was using a little Allen key trying to fish these things out and then trying to carefully push the new ones in while holding up the saddle and pushing a string to the side and just trying to get it in there just right so that the post would drop into the little hole in the shim. It's a really smart design. Once it's all together, it is rock solid and stable. But yeah, it was a bit frustrating. But I honestly can't think of any way that they could do it different. Like, that's the way that you do this. If you're trying to get that 100% physical connection in between your string, your saddle, your bridge, and your guitar, that's it. It may be difficult, but sometimes difficult things are good, right? And I think that's what's going on here. So anyways, time to plug it in and show off what it sounds like, right? Finally. Hey, Tony, do you have time to tell everyone what rig I'm running into today?
Not now, Ryan. Currently enhancing Steely Dan with more Rickenbackers.
All right, it's fine if you don't have time.
Task complete.
Okay.
Proceeding.
Thanks, Tony. Everyone thank Tony down in the comments section. Here we go. All right, go for it.
Ryan is running through the motherboard into the 2 Princeton's rig.
All right, that is enough of that. Thanks, Tony. She really makes everything run up here. We appreciate her so much. Thanks, Tony. Everyone thank Tony down in the comment section for me. All right, let's get started. Here is my dry sound. I am not running through any of these pedals right now. It is just clean, 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 running into the 2 Princetons. That is the middle position. Listen to it ring out. It just keeps going. Sustain for days, I tell you. There you go. There's the whole video. And not just the sound of it. Yeah, you're hearing it sustain and ring out forever. Especially like the lows and the low mids. They just seem to stick there like peanut butter to the roof of your mouth. But the feel of it is very unique. It's almost like the bridge isn't really even there. The strings are just mounted direct into the body. It's unless you feel it, you can't really understand what I'm talking about. I'm such a lover of like quirky, weird, high personality guitars with really funky hardware on there that honestly, you know, robs guitars of their sustain and their resonance and stuff like that. I like a plucky, funky, broken, garage rocky sounding guitar. So the contrast of this versus even just like a standard like Jaguar is really stark to me. Like that is a completely different feel. It's a completely different amount of sustain and response to my playing dynamics. It just rings out and just goes forever like a big old gong. And the bridge again. I'm a big fan of this loadout, of having a Telecaster bridge pickup in the bridge and a Jazzmaster pickup in the neck. You get that bright, percussive, cutting twang from the bridge pickup and the sweet, syrupy, just kind of jangly sound from that neck pickup. There's a really fun combination. Middle. Bridge. Let's do just a little bit of surfy stuff because we're here and it's got single coils. And then we'll do the Doom thing. We'll drop down to C sharp. Ooh, that sounded good. These pickups, they sound great. All parts. You've been hiding these pickups from the world. They're not expensive either. I think they were like $70 each or something. Made in Japan pickups that sound really nice and clean and clear and punchy. Yeah, not bad. Let's go full surfy pan here. That middle position sounds great. And of course the neck. Drop C-sharp tuning, I know this can be heavy and doomy in a moment, but it still sounds beautiful, especially with that spring reverb. Yeah, I don't hate that at all. But this is what you came here for, right? You want the fuzz? I know you want the fuzz. Here comes the fuzz. Let's just let it ring out. Sort of doom sound. Turn on a bunch of delays and reverbs, maybe some light drive. Hey, how about a phaser? Why not? there's a lot going on there, isn't there? I'm just having fun, which is what I should be doing, right? It's what we should all be doing. I can't believe I made this rad guitar and now I'm giving it away. I'm not even gonna keep it. This thing's too cool. My only complaint here is that my own finger grease keeps mucking it up. I keep having to polish this thing to keep it pretty. And boy, is it pretty. Man, someone is really lucking out with this thing. This is gonna be a fun guitar for you, whoever you are. So huge thanks to All Parts for sending this out. Well, sending out all the parts. This was a fun video. Did you guys like this? Was this a good video? I think it was a good video. Hey, Tony.
Adequate performance.
Thanks, Tony. She's always listening, isn't she? Yeah, I had a blast. It was really fun to get to experiment with and explore and experience a high mass bridge for the first time for me. Maybe I've played them in stores or something decades past, but my first experience installing one on a guitar and feeling and experiencing what it's like, and it's positive. Like, if I was gonna build a guitar with ultimate sustain, that would be a given, that I get myself a high mass bridge that is ensuring just maximum connection in between the strings and the body. The way it rings out, the way that it feels, there's something there. There's something special going on. It's different. I'm still going to go back to my quirky, weird, buzzy, offsetty 60s guitars with no sustain and plucky sounds. But man, it's really fun to get to try new stuff and different stuff. But totally, if I was going to build a sustain machine, something like that, or that specifically, would be the core of the situation. No brainer. And the rest of this is a lot of fun too. All those black screws everywhere, all over the guitar. It was fun to black out a Squire and make it so doomy and evil and sinister looking. It's so striking, especially with that shiny little metallic red kill switch right there. Too cool. And I love the single knob thing. I don't need no tone knob. I've never used a tone knob, but it's nice to have a volume just to have on and off, and you know, pulling it back a little bit if you want to. And the tilt on that switch is nice and ergonomic and fun. I'm glad I switched this thing around, rotated it around to have the switch back there. It's way more natural to have the kill switch there than to have it back here, in my opinion. And then I can quickly just flick the switch right behind the bridge. Too cool. Someone is going to be really, really lucky to win this thing. I'm so excited for them. It's probably going to be you. Not everyone else watching this, just you. I know I do that joke a lot, but I want it to feel special. I want it to feel like serendipitous when you do win this thing. Like, he told me I'd win, and then I did. And I felt so excited. That's what I'm going for when I do that. So anyways, huge thanks to All Parts for making this possible. I want to say the pickups sound great as well. Bright and clear and hot and punchy and warm as well. I love the look of the Telecaster bridge pickup with that big kind of like waxed twine wrap around it. Yeah, huge thanks to All Parts. Everyone go check out the links down below. Of course, the giveaway link as well. And if you're here way past the giveaway is over, I'll have links for all the other stuff that was featured on this guitar. Go check that stuff out, even just to say thanks to All Parts for providing me with an opportunity to make some fun, entertaining content for you guys. Go look at everything else that they have there. They have bodies with wild finishes. Just super duper wild finishes. Go check out everything they have over there. And other than that, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, dislike, leave me rude, nasty comments. Support us on Patreon. Buy a shirt if you're naked, and stay grounded. Bye, everybody.